It's time now for the Peter Channel new news report on this Friday afternoon, September 30th, 2016. I am Peter Wiggins and I your new news headlines on this Friday afternoon. Top story at the noontime hour is a commuter train plowed in a bustling Hoboken rail station during the morning hour of Thursday, killing at least one person and injured more than one another, some critically, as black box recorder recovered from the wreckage of the fatal New Jersey train crash. Russia sending more warplanes to Syria as world anger grows over Barbaros. The Trump Foundation, which is an investigation by the New York Attorney General's office, never obtained the necessary certification slip money from the public. Days after patting himself on the back for not invoking them on a debate stage, Trump also and his campaign are attempting to use Bill Clinton's sex scandals to cast a shadow on Hillary Clinton. Even before they opened the bell in New York, Thursday looked like a grim day for some of the giants of global banking. But if you expected a barrage of bad news that soon hit on the both sides of the Atlantic, a tat of job cuts and a scandal. Axel Rigger, director of the Van Gogh Museum right in Naples, Italy, on Friday, as after Van Gogh recoveries, remembered of her tales of art lost and found. Rodrigo Duterte, the controversial president of the Philippines, linking himself to Adolf Hitler on Friday, said he would be happy to slaughter millions of drug addicts, comparing his crackdown and drugs to the Holocaust. New Delhi, India's military remained on high alert and villagers fled border areas Friday, a day after a commando-style mission against suspected militants in the Pakistan-controlled territory, that operation that could signal a key shift. Friend member of Chicago and her sister who died on an African island vacation. Hong Kong, an anti-Kim Jong-un rally was held in a Chinese city, but photographs of the protests were promptly deleted by Chinese government censors. Also, Iraq. France on Friday began attacking the Islamic State in Iraq from the Charles de Gaulle aircraft carrier in the Mediterranean Sea as the battle for Mosul looms. Ankara. Turkey's National Security Council recommended a 3-month extension to the country's state of emergency put in place after the failed coup attempt in July. San Diego, U.S. Defense Secretary Ash Carter said plans are underway to sharpen the United States military edge as part of the U.S. plan to rebalance Asia. Islamabad, Pakistani PM Mohammad Nawaz Sharif will hold an emergency cabinet meeting on Friday on the deterrent situation in Kashmir after India's cross-border attack. Alabama Supreme Court Chief Justice Roy Moore has been reported and suspended on the bench for telling probate judges to defy federal orders regarding gay marriage, according to WVTM. Tulsa police officer Betty Shelby pleaded not guilty Friday to charge of first-degree manslaughter in the killing of Terrence Crutcher and an unarmed black man. Florida looks serene from low Earth orbit, but down in the ground, Florida man and woman are getting under all kinds of shenanigans. Charlotte police have released radio audio from the moments before the Keith Lamont Scott shooting that reveals an officer in active pursuit of a man with a marijuana and a gun. Washington, more than half of Americans surveyed in the new poll said they believe a third major political party is needed to adequately represent the views. El Cajon, California. Police used pepper balls to disperse the crowd after protests over the El Cajon police shooting death of Alfred Alongo became violent. The Bank AG Chief Executive Officer John Crown rushed to show up confidence and ability to lender after concerns some comments of reducing exposure to the company pushed the shares to record lows. Stocks extend gains dropped 200 points as Deutsche surges as U.S. equities rose sharply on Friday as investors kept a close eye on Deutsche Bank shares falling in the fall that triggered a broad-based sell-off. The Dow was up 168.54 points at 18,311.99. S&P 500 up 17.37 points at $2,168.52, and Nasdaq up 42 at 5,311.15. Consumer spending was little changing in August as income growth cooled, pointing to a softening in consumption after a run of storage gains. Qualcomm Incorporated has had early talks with several potential targets, including NXP Semiconductors Envy, according to people familiar with the matter, as it seeks acquisition has strengthened its position in rapidly consolidating industry. New York crude oil prices started Friday in a weak rally as market sentiments offset analysts' expectations about production talks that sparked a surge earlier this week. Washington, French shipbuilder DCNS has signed the first operational contract to support the Australian future submarine program. Brussels, members of the European Union have delivered on a promise by ratifying the Paris Climate Agreement, and the President of the Commission said Friday. Dallas, Lockheed Martin has completed production of the first modernized tactical missile system and delivered to the U.S. Army. Darmstadt, Germany, for the last 2 years, a Rosetta spacecraft has danced around a comet today, finally made a contact at icy body and sent its last signal. On Tuesday, SpaceX CEO Elon Musk announced his ambitious, crazy plan to colonize Mars within the next 40 to 100 years, but Musk is only one with Mars' dreams and ambitions. Process in Mars' surface material can explain why xenon and krypton isotopes are more abundant in the Martian atmosphere than expected, as measured by NASA's Curiosity rover. Prague, a Czech Polish team, said Friday that it discovered the world's deepest underwater cave in the eastern Czech Republic. The Centers of Disease Control and Prevention warned pregnant women to stay away from 11 Southeast Asian countries where Zika is spreading, including Thailand, where officials on Friday reported the first confirmed cases of the birth defect linked. This year's flu shot recommendation includes one major change. The cause of Crohn's disease is gut fungus nassus, suspected of gut fungus. Warning that brownie contains products called or has you covered as a requirement that edible marijuana products come with a diamond-shaped stamp and the letters THC, not just on the packaging, but on the brownies, candies, and other edibles. In visits to the trade area last month, Hillclinton and Donald Trump pledged to inject new life into the region and unlock new jobs and growth in the areas involving after manufacturing losses. Former Florida Governor Jeb Bush is not happy about the reports that his father plans to vote for the Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. It didn't go so far endorse Hillary Clinton on the matter. Libertarian Gary Johnson about what USA Today wrote on Thursday night about Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump made it clear what the publication editorial board does. Russian hackers are apparently trying to mess with elections, but Congress show Republicans are crippling investigation while the probes of Hillary Clinton continue. Local news from the Attleboro Sun. Plainville, emergency crews responded to a multiple vehicle crash on Interstate 495 southbound near exit 14 in Plainville about 10:30 a.m. State police retreated at 11:15 a.m. without all lanes have been reopened on 495 south. Medical helicopter was initially called to the scene. Motorists can expect delays. And the Sun Crash shall have more information on the crash that becomes available. We'll have more of that coming up on the traffic segment of the Peter Channel New News.
Because the old transceivers that we used, the one we used from Town Hall, which is something called optical.
Peter Channel News Time is now 11. Peter Channel News Time is now 12:08 on this Friday afternoon, and it's time now for our New England Insular's report in Woodford, Vermont, about 58 minutes ago at 11 a.m. Major accident at Route 9 and Dover Road had more accidents with serious injuries and more cycling involved. And now, look at your sports at 12:08, where the Boston Red Sox will be taking on the Toronto Blue Jays at Fenway Park. Game time, 7:10 p.m. at Fenway Park. And the North Lancers boys soccer team will have a game against the Bellingham Blackhawks at North Haskell at 3:30 p.m. And the North Lancers football team will have a game against Hopkins at 7 o'clock. Chaska, Minnesota. Patrick Green in the United States reacts as he approaches the first tee during the morning foursome matches 2016 Ryder Cup at the Hailstand National Golf Club. Cincinnati AJ's Green's big game got the Bengals back to break even and left them with a reason for optimism heading into the tough stretch of the season. AFC West is beginning to unfold. And one thing is that clear that high level competition than from the division as all. Red Sox paid tribute to David Ortiz with a massive portrait in center field grass. Peter Channel News Time, 12:09 on this Friday afternoon, and it's time now for a traffic and transit report. Beep beep. Let's study off on the MBTA, where the subway system still on S5 switch from minor delays due to traffic, commuter rail. Shuttle buses replacing all Haverhill Line inbound and outbound trips between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. between Lawrence, Andover, and Ballardville. And on the ferries, they are looking good. Alright, take a look at the highways and byways. 495 is looking smooth from Wareham all the way up into Newburyport, except a little slow spot on 495 on the northbound side just before 95 up in Newburyport. 128 on the southbound side is back to a 93 out in Redden all the way up to Burlington. 120 on the northbound side back to the Route 3 in Burlington all the way up to 3A and headed towards Woburn. Route 3 southbound side is backed up just around Route 128 out of Burlington. Service Expressway, stop outside the back of Route 3 in Quincy, then Nipper came around the Braintree Split. Route 3, stop outside the back of the Braintree Split, all the way at the Derby Street in Hingham. Route 3 to the northbound side, slow around 18 in Weymouth. Service Expressway on the northbound side, it is backed up the gas tank in Dorchester, all the way at the downtown Boston, and 93 northbound is backed up from the Mass Pike all the way at the Zake Merge in Boston. Down in southeastern Massachusetts and Cape Cod highways are looking good. 95 on the northbound side, it is backed up at Wells Avenue in Providence, all the way at the downtown Providence. 6 connector is backed up from 6 to 95 in downtown Providence. Out in Connecticut, Route 2 in the eastbound side, it is backed up after 91 in Glastonbury, Connecticut. 84 eastbound side is backed up to Waterbury Stretch. 95 on the southbound side is backed up at Route 7 in Norwalk, and 95 northbound side is backed up at Stamford, Connecticut. 84 eastbound side, it is backed up from 20 to the Mass Pike in Sturbridge. 91 on the northbound side is backed up 57 to 291 in Springfield. Mass Pike westbound side is backed up after Route 7 in Stockbridge. Highways and byways of Albany are looking good. Main Turbock southbound side is backed around 202 in Gray. 89. 91 on the southbound side is backed up after the Canadian border up in Vermont. Interstate 87 on the southbound side is backed around Route 11 up in Champlain, and Ottawa 15 on the northbound side is backed up after the U.S. border in southern Quebec headed towards Montreal. Peter Chill News Time is now 12:11 on this Friday afternoon, and it's time now for a weather report and the latest on Matthew. As Matthew strains with a major hurricane while moving west-southwestward out of the Caribbean Sea. The government of Colombia has changed the tropical storm watch that was in effect from the Colombia Venezuela border to Rio Cat to the tropical storm warning. The government of Aruba has discontinued the tropical storm watch for Aruba. A tropical storm warning is in effect for Colombia Venezuela border to Rio Cat. A tropical storm warning means that tropical storm conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area, in this case in the next 12 to 24 hours. Interest elsewhere along the coast of Venezuela and Colombia should monitor the progress of Matthew. Interest in Jamaica, Hispaniola, and eastern Cuba should also monitor the progress of Matthew. A hurricane watch may be required for Jamaica later today. For storm information specific to your area, please monitor products from issued by the National Meteorological Service. At 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the center of Hurricane Matthew was located in latitude 13.7 to the north, longitude 70.8 to the west. Matthew is moving toward the west-southwest near 12 miles an hour. At a westward motion is a slow forward speed is expected later today and tonight. A turn toward the west-northwest of the forecast by Saturday night, followed by a turn toward the northwest by early Sunday on the forecast track. The center of Matthew will pass over the Grab Peninsula later today and tonight, and it remains over the Central Caribbean Sea for early Sunday. Data from Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter aircraft indicate that maximum sustaining winds have increased near 150 miles an hour by our guess. Matthew is a Category 3 hurricane on the Stafford-Simpson Hurricane wind scale. Little change in strength in this forecast during the next 40 hours. Hurricane force winds at hours up to 35 miles from the center, and tropical force winds at hours up to 195 miles from. Last minute center pressure is based on the data from the aircraft is 968 millibars at 28.59 inches. Wind tropical conditions are expected in portions of the water in Colombia later today and tonight. Rainfall a total of 2 to 4 inches of isolated higher events are expected over Aruba, Bunner, and Caracal Riverfront. Saturday, rainfall totals of 2 to 4 inches isolated higher amounts are expected along the coast of Colombia from the Venezuelan border to Rio Cat. Rainfall totals of 1 to 2 inches with isolated higher amounts are expected along the coast of Venezuela from Coro to the Colombian border. Surf swells are journeying by Matthew along expected to affect portions of the coast of Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, Aruba, Bunner, and Caracal, Venezuela, and Colombia during the next few days. These swells are likely to cause life threatening and certain current conditions. Please consider products from your local weather office. Alright. Local radar here. And it shows a line of rain showers stretching from Route 6 from Center all the way down to Chatham. And a line of rain showers coming much with Martha's in Nantucket, and seeing some spotty rain showers around the Warwick and East Greenwich area around 95. A line of rain showers stretching from Newport down to Wesley and covering much of southeastern Connecticut. And a line of rain showers stretching from New York City through Long Island and not to sea. And a line of rain showers stretching from 7 Connecticut, stretching up into 7 New York, and stretching up to the central New York and the northeast and the north central portion of Pennsylvania, from Lock Haven all the way to Tobiana in Pennsylvania. And time to see where these showers are going to be headed. Some are going to west, some are going to northeast. So this is a interesting track to see where these showers are going to be headed. In the northwest and the northeast. It's kind of like a spinning wheel. Okay, let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. And it goes like this. For this afternoon, showers may after 4 p.m. High near 62 degrees. North breeze about 11 miles to gusts high 25 miles an hour. Anticipations 8% new amounts between a quarter and half an inch possible for tonight. Showers patchy about low around 53 degrees. North breeze about 11 miles to gusts high 24 miles an hour. Anticipations 1%. New amounts between a half 3/4 inch possible for Saturday. Showers likely patchy about otherwise. Clouds got about 60 degrees. North breeze about 14 miles an hour. Anticipations 70%. New amounts between a half 3/4 inch possible. Saturday night, showers likely may have before 11 p.m. Patch bit fog west. Class got about 34 degrees. North east wind at 6 to 10 miles an hour. Anticipations 6%. New amounts between a quarter and half an inch possible for Sunday. Check the showers. Patch fog before 2 p.m. west. Class got about 64 about 54 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 35%. Monday, check the showers before 2 p.m. Mostly class got about 66 about 53 degrees and chance precipitation is 40%. Tuesday, most class got about 62 about 49 degrees. Wednesday, mostly sunny and part class got about 63 about 49 degrees. And for Thursday, most class got about 66 degrees. Currently not near it's cloudy skies and it's 63 degrees. And that is going to be it for the Pierre Channel News Report on this September 30th, 2016 on a Friday. I'm Pierce. Hope you have a good afternoon with a good positive. I hope you have a good day and go Lancers!